Shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this hollering we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm glad when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
I know this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday. I've been gone, so I don't know what day it is. I'm literally trying to keep up with what day it is right here in my head because I've been gone. Chris Gardner, Houston Round Ball Review held that thing down. Y'all give it up for Chris. Chris Gardner did the doggone thing, and I am appreciative of him doing that. And it was just good to be away. For those who follow me on Facebook and Twitter, y'all know what I was thinking about while I was gone. You know, there are people that put that put sugar on their grits. And I just happened to have shrimp and grits one night while I was gone, and all I could think about was, do people really put sugar on their shrimp and grits? That to me would be a problem. I already have a problem with shrimp on regular grits. I mean, if you just want something sweet, order something sweet. But putting sugar on grits is really out of bounds. It's really out of bounds. It's almost up there with a woman who uses a fork and a knife to cut her buffalo wings. Not just chicken wings, but buffalo wings. I mean, I'm just saying, you cut your wings with a fork and a knife, it's probably the last date. Probably the last date. And if you get to slapping sugar on your grits, you know, we mash off for breakfast, you know, and we sitting there parlaying, and you pull out the big old thing of sugar, and you start to pour it on your grits. I'm wondering. I got questions now. Like, your decision-making skills are in question. So now I need to know how you handle conflict. I need to know how you handle things when they don't go your way, because the decision-making skills are in question. But while I'm on my little getaway, and I needed it, man. When I tell you I was mentally worn out. There was nothing left in this dude. I didn't even have fumes to give. I had none of that. And I thank Chris Gardner for allowing me to get away and breathe. But if you have sugar in grits, what do you do when you have shrimp and grits? Rodney DeWalt says, I'm laughing my butt off. I'm in KFC drive-thru right now. Bro, just eat it with your hands. Whatever you do, grab that chicken like you mean it. Grab it like y'all got a relationship and eat it, bro. Do not ask for a spork and a knife. Do not, the spoon, fork, and don't ask for that. You don't need that. Now, if you got some mashed potatoes, some mac and cheese, green beans, do that. But do not let the spork and the knife touch your chicken. Don't do it, bro. Decision making is in question. And Rodney, you a good dude, bro. I know you. You are a good dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so I'm back, and I need to know. It's Freestyle Friday. I'm going to get into some sports because, man, y'all better leave Russell Westbrook. Two people that need to be left alone right now, Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. Y'all leave them both alone right now. Y'all, I was going to say Kwame Brown, but I don't know. Maybe leave Kwame alone. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell until you go ahead and knock somebody out. And I don't care if it's Steven Jackson. I don't care if it's Matt Barnes. I don't want him to knock out Jamel Hill. Stephen A. Smith, if you can knock him out, knock him out. But two people you need to leave alone right now. Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. Just got to leave them alone. Everybody talking about LeBron's eye. Leave LeBron alone. He nailed that three in Steph Curry's eye. Take that with you. In the words of Dirk Nowitzki. CJ Wright said, leave sugar off my grit. I'm just trying to understand. Why would you? See, here's what I always wonder, and I got to take a break. Who was the first person to try sugar and grits? Like somebody had to do it first. And that's the person I really have a problem with. Everybody else is, all right, monkey see, monkey do. If your friend jump off of a bridge, you're going to jump off with them. That's what I'm wondering. Who was the first person who said, I wonder if I put this here sugar on my grits, how it would taste? Because if I was the server and I brought you a bowl of grits and you decided you was going to put sugar all over it, and then you say, oh, I don't like that. Can you check? I'm not taking it back. No, sir. Second order. Yes, sir. I get my pad out again. I get my pen and write down, you would like more grits. Derek Berry said it was me. Derek Berry, then it's your fault. It is your fault, bro. Can't be doing that. I always wonder, I'm serious, man, when they come out with this weird stuff, like putting mayonnaise on your head and it makes your hair shine. Ladies, who was the first person that said, I wonder what would happen if I put mayonnaise on my head? I just don't know about that stuff. Everybody talking about these, they have this on social media, they have these different hacks. If you put this in this, it'll clean your windshield. If you put that on that. Who was the first person who said, I wonder what will happen if I try this? I'm just telling you, man, those are the people we need to be concerned about. Derrick Henry, we're looking at you. Derrick Berry, we're looking at you sideways, bro. I'm telling you, why? Why would you ruin a good bowl of grits? Butter and salt, little pepper. If you're from Louisiana, throw a little cayenne in there, a little hot sauce. Roll with that. But sugar, if you want to put sugar in something like that hot cereal type thing, cream of wheat, put sugar on that. Cream of wheat, sugar, grits, salt. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to help people today. And again, if you are a sugar person, do you put sugar on your shrimp and grits? And if so, why not? Why are you a double-minded person? I gotta take a break. I'll be right back. I miss y'all. It's the lunch break on the Legendary KYOK.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
To the Capitol, he took an old friend, Jim Crow. Now old Jim Crow sits on Patrick's shoulder, calling the shots for Patrick and Governor Greg Abbott and Speaker Dade Phelan. They are pushing racist Jim Crow-style voting laws that steal our rights, prop up white supremacists, and tear down our democracy. They want to turn the clock back, way back to a century ago when Jim Crow and white supremacists controlled our lives, ruined our lives, took our lives. They say it's reform and ballot security, but we know better. It's discrimination and racist voter suppression. We won't go back. We won't let Dan Patrick and the racists he walks with steal our votes and destroy our country. Call 512-463-0001. Tell Dan Patrick to get Jim Crow off his shoulder and end his racist attacks on Texas. Paid for by the Texas Justice and Education Fund.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
I'm Vincent.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break. Legendary KYOK. All new 92.3 FM. Streaming live on KYOKradio.org. I missed y'all. I was out. Needed a break, man. Was stressed out. I'm serious. Was stressed out. Was getting on my own nerves. I was so stressed out. Appreciate everybody that filled in for me at my other job and this one. Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Nothing but love for you, brother. Nothing but love for you, brother. Got a shout out to David Grubb. You know, he filled in for me before. I think we'll give Willie Gibson a shot next time. See what he's talking about. I got to ask him, though. Now, this is how I'm interviewing people from now on. What do you put on your grits? That's like the whole interview right there. Oh, hi. How are you doing? Nice to meet you. We're looking for a paid intern here on the lunch break, and got a question for you. Not how long have you worked in radio, not do you know your way around a computer, not what your GPA was. What do you put on your grits? Y'all have heard of the Wonderlic test in the NFL during, when they're up at the combine? That's my Wonderlic test. What do you put on your grits? And then based on that answer, all right, so how do you eat your wings? How do you eat them? What do you mean, how do I eat them? What kind of, do I want a wet sauce or a rub? No. How do you eat them? How do you get them to your mouth? Oh, okay. Well, I pick up my fork and my knife, and I put my fork in it, and then I cut them. All right, thank you for coming. The receptionist will see you out. That's it? Yes, sir, ma'am. Thank you. We'll keep your information on file. You gotta be kidding me. Felicia Yolanda Green Johnson Aloysius says, hope you relaxed the mind. As you can tell, I was in a dilemma. I was in a dilemma. What do the sugar people do when they have shrimp and grits? I couldn't get out of the dilemma. I was caught up in it. I couldn't even enjoy the playing games. I mean, I'm watching LeBron knock down a three in the eye of Steph Curry for the winner. Bang! Way downtown. Send it in, big man. I'm looking at all that, and all I can think of is, do the sugar people put sugar on their shrimp and grits? My niece, y'all, we just had our first falling out, me and my niece. I love her like breathing. I love her for free. Like, if it costs to breathe, I would pay it because that's how much I love Valencia King. I am Valencia King. And this young lady just spelled out the letters SUGAR. Huh? I'm gonna blame Valencia. I'm blaming that on your mom and your daddy. Look, they did a good job raising you, but every now and then they got off track. I'm blaming that on your mom and your daddy. I'm just telling you now. If you'd have came and stayed with me for a little while, you'd have been all right. You'd have been all right. You would not be spelling out SUGAR. You would not. You would not. All right. Valencia said, "Oh well, if you're talking about shrimp and grits, then no added sugar." See, that's my point. You can't be double-minded like that. Let me go to. I got my special guest. My first special guest is here. Hold on, I got the wrong ticker up. There we go. You are not you're not Jacoby. Hold on. I'm gonna stream that across the. Hold on. I'm doing wrong. How you doing, brother?
How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to be on here.
Man, I'm excited to have you.
Man, I couldn't wait. Mom's been telling me all about it. I couldn't wait to come back and jump on here with you.
Well, listen to me, brother. We got an important deal.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I need to know something.
Let me hear it.
I need to know something. 2 questions.
Yeah.
You got a bowl of grits.
Bowl of grits.
What you putting on them?
I'm gonna definitely put some sugar on them. On them.
Oh no.
I'm gonna put a little sugar on it.
Oh no, it's going bad already. Okay, number 2.
Yeah.
How do you eat your wings?
What you mean? How I eat them? Boneless or bone in?
No. How do you get them off the plate into your mouth?
With my hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
With my hand.
Okay, so you saved yourself.
Yeah.
There's this crazy. So I was at a restaurant on a business trip.
Uh-huh.
And a young dude was on his first date with a young lady. He told, I overheard him. He told the tender first date.
Yeah.
And old girl was eating the wings with a fork and a knife.
It don't surprise me. I've seen it before, though. I've seen it.
I was mouthing over her shoulder, run, leave her, run, save yourself, run now.
I've seen it before, man. I've seen it before.
There's no way.
It's crazy. I've seen it before.
Yeah, we got Ricky Doc Nelson joining us. He's a guard for UT Rio Grande Valley. And young brother is amazing, man. Your mom has been on the show multiple times, Nikki Berry.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We're glad to have you on.
Yeah, I enjoy the show a lot. Yeah, I couldn't wait to come on here when I got back in town.
Yeah, man. We're glad to have you back. And we're going to get into UT Rio Grande Valley and all you do on and off the court. But why would you put sugar on grits, man? What possessed you to do that? Like, what happened?
Man, actually, at my high school, I went to Episcopal High School. So, they would serve breakfast every morning. And, it was a limited amount of stuff, But the grits, I always found myself getting the grits. And my teammate and dude that actually just got drafted this year, Jalen Waddle, he, used to put grits on used to put sugar on his grits. And I'm like, man, let me try it. I actually ended up liking it. So, I still do it to this day when I eat grits. Just throw a little sugar on there, give it a little taste.
Okay, so now I'm kind of doing some CSI work. I'm doing some, investigative work. So Derek Berry said that he would put sugar on his grits.
Okay, he does.
He does? Okay, all right. So we gonna blame him. And then you was following after your friends. Jalen Waddle, good dude.
Yeah.
Well, but if your friends jump off a cliff, you gonna jump off the cliff too?
I'm not, but I was hungry. I was hungry at the time, so I had to. Them grits had to be good. So that's what made it good.
Doc said I was hungry. I had to eat, and looked like the sugar on the grits was gonna do it.
Yeah,
hey man,
did it too. So.
And you've been doing it ever since?
Yep.
Ever since. Here's the last question. You ready?
Yep.
What do you do when you have shrimp and grits?
Shrimp and grits. I'm gonna just eat them together, mix them up, eat them together.
You're not putting sugar on that.
I'm not gonna put sugar on that. Because hopefully the shrimp that I got, got enough flavor where I don't even need to add no flavor to the grits.
I'm confused. Why would you eat sugar and grits and then you get shrimp and grits And then you ain't gonna put no sugar on it. Now I'm lost.
Well, I feel like the grits, you got to eat it with something. So if you're gonna eat the grits plain, I feel like you got to add the sugar. And if you already got the shrimp, you don't need the sugar, because the shrimp should already have a little seasoning. The shrimp should give it that taste, that you need for the grits. So at that point, the grits don't even need the sugar no more if you got the shrimp. But if it's plain grits, you definitely got to add something to it.
And Rick, I'm finna help you now. I'm finna help you. You ready?
Yeah.
Butter on plain grits, butter and salt.
That's
some
it.
pepper. And roll with it, Doc. You'll thank me later. Trust me, your whole life will change.
I'm gonna have to try it, man.
Rick, I'm telling you, your whole life will change. You'll be like, what was I doing? We got Ricky Doc Nelson joining us on the show. He's a guard for UT Rio Grande Valley. Ricky, we got to take a quick message, Doc, and then we're going to come right back and we'll get into this interview. But I appreciate you making time for us, man.
Yeah, appreciate it being on. Thank you.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back with Ricky Doc Nelson right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday, and y'all see, we freestyling.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK, 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
In Jesus Christ, we are victors and not victims. We are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. We depend on God alone and not the world systems. UCA is a nonprofit faith-based organization that is committed to restoring, promoting, and protecting America's traditional values of God, family, and country in urban areas. We desire to empower, educate, shape, and mold the minds of future generations. Join our mission at www.urbtonusa.org. All donations are tax deductible. This is Sean Scott, co-founder of Urban Conservatives of America. God bless.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
Man, there's a lot of bad things that they wishing on me because I'm telling them they need to put salt on their grits and not sugar. My niece, I am Valencia King. Ricky, you need to get with her. She's a great radio host, podcaster. She does a little TV thing on Instagram called The Dialogue, and she covers the Dallas Mavericks, does a phenomenal job. She said you don't put sugar on shrimp and grits because the shrimp is already seasoned.
Yep.
Ricky, I'm worried about you, man. I'm worried about you.
Yeah. The shrimp should already be seasoned.
Yeah, trust me. When you put that butter and that salt on your grits, you're gonna be like, you're gonna thank me.
We're gonna see.
You're gonna say, Mama, call him and tell him I said thank you. All right, now Rick, you came out of Episcopal High School.
Yeah.
Before you got to Episcopal, when did you fall in love with basketball?
I fell in love with it at an early age. I was around it since I was little, but I think my real love came when I was about 5 or 6, when I started playing competitively, playing in little tournaments and stuff, playing on different teams. So I think that's when the love actually came, when it got competitive.
Okay, so kind of like we talking about the shrimp and grits thing. When did it start though? Like, did you start watching basketball when you were, younger than 5 and you decided you wanted to play, or did mom and dad just say, okay, we're going to put him in, Little League basketball?
Definitely. My dad was a coach, so even before I was born. So even as a kid, me and my twin sister, would be in the gym. The gym was kind of like our babysitter. So I was always in the gym. So I was always just watching stuff. I was picking up little stuff as I would go. Even though I was young, I would I had a real high IQ for the game. So there's a lot of stuff that I would see and want to do, but I just couldn't do yet. So.
I got you. And nothing like having a dad that's a coach, because like you said, you spend a lot of time around the game, even in the gym as a little kid. And man, little kids, they like tape recorders, man. They will record everything that they see.
Mimic everything they do. So I was one of them kids for sure.
Now, can your sister play as well?
She actually played basketball for a little bit in elementary school for about 2 years. She was actually on the boys team in elementary school. But, our parents wanted us to have our own sports. So she started playing volleyball and stuff like that. So we kind of had our own sports.
We got Ricky Doc Nelson joining us here on the lunch break. He's a guard for UT Rio Grande Valley. And we're trying to figure out how it all started. So 5 years old, got into some Little League basketball. Were you a little man back then, big man back then? Were you handling the ball? What was your?
I was a little man. I was always little. I was always small. So I was actually like 5 or 6 playing 9U. So that was when it started, because the earliest age was 9. So I was, they threw me in there at like around 6. So I was in there. I was small. I was smaller than everybody. So I was just out there trying to hold my own.
And you weren't intimidated? You was like, give me the rock. I got this.
Nah, I wasn't intimidated, but I definitely went through some learning lessons. It definitely helped me, over the years. So those years are, when it was all fun.
I got you. So now, when you were playing against some of the older kids, who were you kind of starting to watch out there in the professional leagues or in college that you kind of wanted to emulate your game after?
I always watched a lot of Houston guys, especially guys that played for my dad and played for the high school that, the high school coach that I always wanted to play for. So I would watch guys like Tim Frazier that went to Straight Jesuit, or Gerald Green, guys like that. So those are guys I always had my eye on. And, a lot of guys from Houston that didn't make it to the league, that just were good college players. I looked up to a lot of them guys too.
That's all right. Those are some good kind of role models, man, especially, when you're coming up trying to learn the game for yourself. And then you end up over in Episcopal High School. Now, did y'all have tryouts? Or was it just, if you come out, you look like you play, you're on the team?
Man, Episcopal was so, it's highly regarded in academics, but athletics is, their academics are good, but athletics, I think, are, even better, because they actually go out and they try to recruit. I've seen them get guys in for sports, soccer, volleyball, football. So, kind of going as a freshman, I knew that, I had a chance to contribute right away. And, that's what I did. We were pretty good throughout my years there. So, me going there, I think really helped my career a lot, just as playing against competitive teams.
I like that. Ricky Doc Nelson, again, joining us here on the lunch break. So you're trying out. Were you still a little man compared to the rest of the guys?
Yeah, I think I went in my freshman year. I was probably about 5'9", 5'10", but I was always very skilled. I had a high IQ, so me being fast, I was always a lot faster than everybody. So I used my speed to my advantage, and I was able to hold down that starting point guard position.
And that's why I wanted to get to that. So what made you stand out among everybody else, where coach was like, "Yo, we got to have you on the show"?
I think it was the relationship he seen me building with the guys that were there, because they, the year before I came in, they had just won, SPC state championship. So, and most of those guys were leaving except for about one guy. So, I kind of went in and tried to, create the same relationships and same culture they had the previous year. And I think he kind of seen that leadership role in me as being a freshman, is, not coming in trying to, fit in with guys or trying to feel the situation out.
That's all right. Now we got Ricky Doc Nelson again joining us on the show. Nikki Berry has tuned in. She said, "Hello, everyone. I think KYOK should host a grits cook-off. Not if y'all gonna put sugar in it. We ain't gonna do that to them grits now. Look, grits lives matter too. Grits lives matter. Y'all not gonna keep abusing the grits. I'm praying for y'all. Praying for all y'all." So, Ricky, I mean, a lot of times people don't understand that the guard is equivalent to the quarterback in football. And you as a freshman was coming in and developing a relationship with the other players who had been there. Did they accept you as a young leader, or, what broke the ice where they said this young man will follow?
I think at first, a couple guys did, but it was definitely some guys that, that didn't like it. Some of the older guys that got there that thought that, they should be playing more, or, whatever the situation was. But, I've dealt with that since, I was a kid. I remember being in, elementary and middle school, and, guys were mad because, I would be taking the last shot or take the shot to go into halftime. And, I seen it early that, you were going to have some haters if you want to be good at this sport. So I kind of always had that mindset that, guys were going to hate. There were always going to be some guys on your team that always wasn't with you. So that was just something I had to work through at a young age.
Yeah, that's a good thing right there, because a lot of people get caught up in what other people say and what other people think about them. But in sports, man, you gotta be able to have a short memory and shake yourself off.
Yeah.
Tell me about last shots that didn't go in and turnovers late in the game and stuff like that, and how you were able to bounce back from that personally, but not lose the respect of your teammates.
Oh, man, this is crazy. I was actually just talking to somebody about this a couple of days ago. So my sophomore year, we're playing Jared Allen in the state championship. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
And what were we? I think we were down 2. And a couple seconds left, I get the ball in the corner. I'm kind of open. Jared Allen's closing out. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm pump fake, try to get around him. I end up pump faking, going, just throwing up something. We didn't win the game, but I look back and everybody's always, why didn't you shoot the three? Shoot the three. Shoot the three. And that was something I had to live with for a long time. But I always look back my junior and senior year, was thinking like if I had another chance to win a state championship, I'd definitely take the shot. But even though I didn't get that opportunity, it always runs back in the back of my mind. So it just teaches me not to second guess things, not to second guess myself, stuff like that. So just stuff like that goes a long way. Maybe it'll catch up to me. I'll get another shot like that. So hopefully I'll come in.
That's what's up. Excuse me, Ricky, Doc Nelson, guard at UT Rio Grande Valley, joining us here on the show. How did you end up there, man? Did you have a lot of schools recruiting you, or no?
UT Rio Grande Valley, they actually were recruiting me in high school, but out of high school, I actually went to Weber State in Utah. I went there for 2 years. Went there for 2 years, then ended up transferring, and UT Rio Grande Valley was a school that had already recruited me. I was familiar with the coaching staff that was there. Lou Hill was a great friend of my dad, and I've been knowing him since I was a kid. So, it was kind of like a no-brainer for me, especially when he gave me the opportunity to come back. It was kind of like he gave me a second chance. So, I definitely took that opportunity to go there, and it was close to home too. It wasn't 23 hours away in Utah. So,
Bruh, I was gonna ask you. Now I know a little bit about Utah. I used to report to a different job, report to a guy in Salt Lake City. So I spent a lot of time in Utah. Been to the Zion Mountains and all kinds of places up in Utah. What made you go to Weber State out of all the places in the United States of America?
Man, it was I actually went on two visits up there before I even went to school there. They sold me on a lot of stuff, the facilities, and getting on the phone with Damian Lillard and stuff like that. So a lot of that had a part to play. But I actually had a relationship with the coaches. They gave me an opportunity to come in and play as a freshman. So that was something that I wanted, and we it was a winning culture. We won 11 games my freshman year, like in a row through conference. So I think that that experience helped me to get to where I am today. I wouldn't trade that experience up for the world. So I'm glad I had to go through the ups and the downs I went through while I was there, and hopefully they pay off.
Yeah, Ricky Doc Nelson, a guard over at UT Rio Grande Valley, joining us here on Freestyle Friday. Give me the best part about being out at Weber State and the worst part about being out there.
I can definitely start off with the worst part. Man, the snow. Man, not being from ever seeing snow like that, man. It was crazy. The amount of times my car got stuck in the snow, trying to get some people to shovel the snow off the windows and under the tires and slipping, and man, yeah, that's one thing I don't miss. Probably the best part of being out there was probably just the environment, the mountains, the scenery and stuff like that. Cause you don't see that often. So, I get to see houses on the mountains and stuff like that. So it gave me another outlook of life. I would actually go, me and my teammate, we would go ride around, around the mountains and just look at houses and stuff like that. Just, just kind of dreaming, I guess, just.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the best part about it. Probably the environment, the scenery out there.
Yeah, especially coming from Houston with it being so flat and everything like that, man.
Just
you don't see those mountains and stuff like that, man, because I was fascinated by it when I got out there as well. But I grew up in the snow, so I kind of knew, what to expect out there. But you're right, man. That if you ain't used to that weather, it ain't no joke, right?
Oh, no, it's no joke, especially if you got allergies, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So now, Ricky, before we get to your transfer to UT Rio Grande Valley, right now they've got this transfer portal situation where players, team, student athletes can finally transfer once without having to sit out, during their career. What are your thoughts on it? Like it, don't like it? What are your thoughts?
I like it because, guys can transfer if they're not in a good situation, but I definitely think it definitely needs to be a limit on it because, as you see, it's about 1,000+ kids in that portal. So it's making it hard on guys that's in junior college, high school guys. It's making that college net so small. So it's a limited amount. I think it was only a certain percent of high school guys go and play Division I. So now that number is getting smaller. So I think that's the only downfall of it. But I think for other college kids, I think it's a great situation, especially if you had a good year and think you can go to a bigger and better school and help yourself out. I think that's a way it can be used in a good situation. But a lot of guys are misusing it just because their situation and not wanting to fight through adversity. So I think if you know what you want to do and it's a good situation for you, I think you should definitely use it. But if you don't need to use it, and I think if you want to save it, I think that's what you should do. But I think first year, freshman, sophomore year guys, I think they should definitely stick it out and try to fight through some adversity, and use it just in case.
Yeah, you bring up a good point with people not wanting to be held accountable or not wanting to be coached up, and they just going to jump in the transfer portal. Like you said, there's only so many spaces when you talk about, recruits coming out as well as players from JUCO and other places. You got to be real careful because once you use that, then you got to go back to the old rules of if you transfer, you got to sit out for a year unless you're a graduate transfer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's one thing
Ricky, what did you think about coaches being able to leave at a moment's notice and then you're still tied to the school even though the coach that recruited you is now gone somewhere else? How did you feel about that process versus what we have right now?
That process is the complete opposite. But I think for me as growing up, being around the college basketball, it really didn't hit me as hard as it hit everybody else because I knew, it was a business at first. It's a business first, and it's people's jobs on the line, and people got to feed their families. So, when you put that in consideration, that some of these coaches are leaving because it's a higher salary or it's a better opportunity for him and his family. So you can't knock a coach for going to do what's better for him, and or you can't knock a player that wants to transfer and do what's better for him. So I think it ties hand in hand, and you have to understand that it's a business, and you have to work your way around the system.
Yeah, no, I think you understand it, and I like that. That high basketball IQ add to that high business IQ because that's good right there. Sure. Ricky, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, man, I want to ask you about the name, image, likeness rule that's about to be available in the NCAA. Tell me what your thoughts are about that. Y'all, we got Ricky Doc Nelson joining us. He's a guard over at UT Rio Grande Valley, and he's hanging out with us on Freestyle Friday right here on the lunch break.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number: 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
In Jesus Christ, we are victors and not victims. We are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. We depend on God alone and not the world systems. UCA is a nonprofit faith-based organization that is committed to restoring, promoting, and protecting America's traditional values of God, family, and country in urban areas. We desire to empower, educate, shape, and mold the minds of future generations. Join our mission at www.urbconusa.org. All donations are tax deductible. This is Sean Scott, co-founder of Urban Conservatives of America. God bless.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Sugar does not go on grits. That's it. That's the tweet right there. Anyway, we back on Freestyle Friday. I've got Ricky Doc Nelson, guard over at UT Rio Grande Valley, joining us on the show. So glad to have you, man, on Freestyle Friday. I've been away on vacation, but I was looking forward to coming in today and hanging out with you for a little bit, man, because I've heard great things about you. And we were just talking before the break about this name, image, and likeness thing where finally,
finally,
athletes can make some money, watch this, off their own name, off their own image, and off their own likeness. Novel approach, isn't it? What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that?
I like it. I think it's about time that they've done it. I think they should have done it a long time ago. And I think that as you see with Master P's sons, they've already started doing some stuff. So I think that it's gonna pick up. It's gonna pick up a lot this year. And especially once people catch on and learn what they're doing and start talking to the right people about it. I think it'll take off, So I think I think these college athletes will really benefit from it, especially football, because it's such a huge market there.
Yeah. Now, Ricky, let me ask you. So you got some interest off the court. You got some stuff you do off the court musically and that kind of stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Of course, my mom is a singer, so I dib and dab in music a little bit. I can sing and do stuff like that. I'm into fashion a lot. Ever since I was young, I've had the Big Time Player clothing brand ever since I was little. I actually seen a picture of a shirt I got made in the mall probably in like 2012. So, it's something that, I've not always, just had for sale for a long time, but it's, something that I've had around, and definitely a lot of people know about it because, it was just something I wanted out there, just something it started as me just having my friends wear it around school, and, it kind of got big in the city of Houston. So, a lot of people know about it. So, I think I'm finally ready to take the next step,
So that let's tie that together. So, Ricky, your stuff goes worldwide. Your stuff goes worldwide, and people start paying you for your gear to the point where you're making a nice little grip, outside of basketball and what have you. You're now able to keep that without violating your eligibility and stuff like that. And look, you and your mama have the #1 hit in the world, and you're able to make some royalties off of that. Doesn't that just make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because that's what I think athletes are. I think athletes are entertainers, and I think you see it with Damian Lillard, how he's an artist and a basketball player, and he's coming out with his own podcast and stuff like that. So I think those guys are finally starting to open the doors, and NCAA is finally starting to see that we're more than just athletes, and we can contribute more to the communities.
Yeah, we got Ricky Doc Nelson, guard over at UT Rio Grande Valley, joining us here on the Lunch Break Freestyle Friday. Imagine if you lived in Georgia, though. Now, I don't know what the rule is in Texas yet. They haven't passed that legislation. But imagine if you lived in Georgia where there's a law in place that if you make money off your name, image, and likeness, the school has the right to take 75% of that, put it in an account, and when all of the athletes graduate, they would get some portion of your clothing line, your royalties from your songs. You on the cover of the biggest fashion magazine in the world, and they still taking money off of you. How would you feel about that?
Man, that's. Are they actually doing that in Atlanta?
Yes, bro. The governor of Georgia signed it into a law.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, but that sounds crazy, and it's crazy because they're already making money off the kids alone. Just think of Georgia football team.
Right.
The amount of guys that's on Sports Illustrated and that has doing all these articles and interviews for people.
So imagine that you make all that money off of stuff that you're good at, and the golfer who is not first string, not second team, but 15th seed golfer gets part of your money because y'all in the state of Georgia. What do you think that would do to their recruiting if the schools adhered to that?
Georgia's going to miss out on a lot of recruiting, especially once these players start seeing other college players pick up endorsement deals and pick up marketing and stuff like that. I think Georgia's going to take a hit for that.
Yeah,
I think they'll change it soon. They'll change it soon once they see the other states.
Yeah. UGA and Georgia Tech have already come out and said they're not going to do that, but the law allows them to do it if they choose to. And I'm like this: take it out the law, Doc. Just rewrite that and get that part out of there. Because if you Ricky Nelson, you going somewhere else, Doc. You ain't going to. You ain't going to live like that.
No, I'm not doing that. I need all mine.
Ricky Doc Nelson joining us here on the show. Now, do you think that the athletes need to get agents or financial advisors to help them with this new addition to their NCAA experience?
I definitely think. Well, I don't think they need an agent at this point. Until they're ready to be a professional. But I do think, working with a financial group or even a management team, because a management team, you can work with a management team and still be an amateur. So I would advise them to work with a management team that can help them find a financial advisor, or that has a financial advisor that's under that management team that can help them with endorsement deals, and they can help them with things like marketing and stuff like that. So signing with an agent is not really necessary until they want to become a professional, but definitely reaching out to a management team and a team that can help them as far as that would definitely be a huge help.
Absolutely. Ricky Doc Nelson joining us here on the show. So you guys had a real tough experience recently down there at UT Rio Grande Valley with your coach passing. Tell us about how that affected you all and how things have been since.
Man, it definitely hit us hard after it happened, just going through the funeral and stuff like that. Definitely took a while. Not only me, but everybody in the community. You saw it from people that didn't even play on the basketball team. So it was definitely an experience. I don't wish on anybody. It was definitely a humbling experience for me. Because I knew him since I was a kid. So it took me a little while to get over it. Especially during the season. During the season is already a busy time, and especially going through the COVID protocols and the classes being online, and the year with the year being how it was already, that on top of it just was like, oh man. But I think it'll pay off in the long run. Everything happens for a reason, so I think all this adversity will just pay off.
Yeah, again, Ricky, I don't think a lot of people understand. There's already pressure being a student. Exams and studying and homework and that. And then you're a student athlete, practice, and it ain't like Little League practice. You got to produce. This is college. And then to have that unexpected adversity on you, what was it like to play that first game after Coach passed?
Oh man, it was definitely tough for everybody. It was tough for the coaches, I think. A different shoes to fill. a different experience, and it was definitely different for the players because it's a different voice out there. You know, you're so used to listening to one voice, and different voices get out there, and you kind of get to yourself, and ego starting to get in the way, and I think that was just the toughest part. So yeah, so I think it was definitely a learning experience, and it definitely didn't happen for no reason. I think everybody from that team, coaches and players, will definitely have that story, and will definitely go on to do something and have that story to kind of give them motivation for sure.
Speaking of that, why don't you motivate somebody that's listening that might have had an unexpected death in their life? Maybe it was a mother or a father or someone that was really close to them. What would you say to them to kind of help them process and handle their grief?
I would tell them just don't take what you're going through for granted, because a lot of people do. They think stuff happened to them, for a certain reason, or no, it's happening to you because you can only go up from there. That's what my parents always tell me. You don't get to the lowest just to keep going down. At some point you're gonna have to go up. So that's one thing I always think about, and that's one thing that keeps me going for sure.
Yeah, that's a good word right there. In fact, there's a gospel recording artist that I know your mom knows well, Lamar Campbell. He did a song that said, "He did not bring you this far just to leave you. Yeah. He wouldn't have made a way if he didn't care. He wouldn't have given his life if he didn't love you. He didn't bring you. He didn't lift you up to let you fall." So, man, I appreciate you sharing that. What's up for you now? Are you coming out? I know you were a redshirt senior. You got one more year left, or are you coming out?
I actually have 2 more years left. So with they actually gave us an extra year. So I'm almost finished with school. I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's. Just a couple more classes to take. So after that, I'll definitely start on my start on the master's program and definitely continue playing. I would definitely use them the next 2 years, well, definitely this next year, and, the next year if I need it. So, these 2 years, I'm expecting big things of myself and expecting big things of the team. So, I think we can do some big things going forward.
I followed your stats, bro. I'm telling you, you like to dish that rock. You like to make sure the other cats get it in a position where they can do something with it. I had a big debate with a couple of my close colleagues, and they were trying to tell me the triple-double stuff that Russell Westbrook got going on ain't no big deal. Talk to me, Ricky. Doc, is it a big deal or not?
Nah, it's definitely a big deal what he's doing, man. Especially just for the length he's been doing it from, because he hasn't just started. He's been doing it for years now. So it was impressive back then, and for him to keep doing it and keep doing it year after year, that's what's so impressive. People look at him and not getting a lot of wins, but man, he's trying to do it all. So you can't really knock him. So I think what he's doing is huge. It definitely can't go unnoticed. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm in agreement with you, and he bullied them poor Indiana Pacers last night, bro. He was getting in that lane, he was creating space, and dropping it on them, Doc, and running back. You know what I mean? So
and they made the playoffs.
That's why they don't win no more.
That's why I'm happy, especially because Bradley Beal get to go to the playoffs. So
yeah. That's what's up. Now they got Philly in the first round. What you think they're gonna do with Philly now?
I think Philly gonna win, but it's stepping stones. They made it to the playoffs, so we can't. I think Philly got that experience over them that's gonna take them over the top. But I think Washington got something to build off of for next year for sure.
I don't think Washington's gonna get swept. I don't believe they're
gonna get swept. They're not gonna get swept. But I think Philly got the experience that's gonna allow them to pull it out at the end.
All right, you got Golden State and Memphis in the play-in game tonight to decide the number 8 seed. Who you got, Steph or Ja?
Man, I'm going with Steph. I'm gonna go with the Warriors. They've been there before. I know what I'm gonna get with Steph and them. I know what I'm gonna get. Memphis, you never know. They've been playing good though. Them young boys been doing good with Memphis. And Tim Frazier is my guy, and he plays for Memphis right now. But
okay,
I'm gonna have to go with.
At you now.
I'm gonna have to go with Steph, man. Tim, don't kill me, but I'm gonna have to go with Steph tonight.
All right, so we're gonna run through these real quick. So that would mean round 1, Utah and the Warriors. Who wins that series?
Warriors.
Wait, what? The number
and I'm a Utah, and I'm a Utah fan, and I'm a big Utah fan. I used to be out there, and I used to go to a lot of home games, and I think the Warriors gonna pull it out, man. I think Steph is in that mode right now. I think the mode he's
Michael
in right
Conley, Rudy Gobert. Come on, man.
Man, I think Steph gonna turn into that animal we seen about 2-3 years ago.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. Look, I don't disagree totally. All right, then you got Phoenix and the Lakers.
You know who I'm going with, Lakers.
Okay, I'm just checking you out. And then you got Denver and Portland.
I'm gonna go with Portland.
I'm kind of with you on that upset. And then you got the Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks featuring Luka.
Man, I'm gonna have to go with Dallas. I like Luka. I like Luka and what he's been doing this year. You know.
Yeah, I kind of feel some upsets. So go ahead and tell me who comes out of the West.
I think Lakers gonna come out the West.
Doc, let me tell you something. Until somebody beats LeBron in the playoffs, they not beating LeBron in the playoffs.
No, they're not. They're not. Somebody got to prove it to me.
See, that's what I'm saying. Until somebody proves it, I don't believe it. So
yeah,
there you go. All right, let's go to the 76ers and Washington. You already said Philly. Nets and Boston.
I'm going to go with the Nets.
Okay, I got something to say about that.
Hopefully they can get it all together, in time.
But you know what? Let me just tell you something. The Nets look good on paper, but we ain't playing on paper.
Yeah, we're not.
This playoffs right here.
Look as good. Everything don't look as good as on court, as it look on paper.
Yeah, this the playoffs right here. Ricky, stay right there, man. We got to take a top of the hour, and then I want to come right back and finish this off. I want you to tell me what's going to happen in the East. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. And I got to play my disclaimer because y'all know me. I stay in trouble. So let me do this real quick.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, my first day back this week. Appreciate Chris Gardner for holding it down for me. Houston Round Ball Review, local name, national perspective. And joining us today, we've got Ricky Doc Nelson. He's a guard over at UT Rio Grande Valley. We going through the NBA playoffs real quick. He's got the 76ers knocking off the Wizards in the first round. He's got Brooklyn knocking off Boston in the first round. I got to tell you, Boston has a coach by the name of Brad Stevens. Brad was a great coach in college. And, he's been to several, from what I understand, several Eastern Conference finals. Don't he have to get over the top this year? Don't he have to get, over to the next level this year? I mean, what's the problem? Why don't he coach better? Doc, froze up on me. Every time I talk about Brad Stevens, people freeze up on me. Doc has frozen. Let's see if we can't get him back. Right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Come on back, Doc, when you get a chance. Again, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. Willie Gibson, I knew you were going to say something. I knew Willie was going to say something. As soon as I talk about Brad Stevens, the powers that be will mess up something. It'll either mess up my audio, my video, or something. I'm going to quit talking about Brad. He's got to have a mafia connection. See, Valencia said the same thing. See, LOL talking about Brad. Y'all go, I'm telling y'all, listen. Brad Stevens, man, is like Santa Claus. He ain't real. Brad Stevens is like the Easter Bunny, y'all. He ain't real. Brad Stevens is like Bigfoot. There have been sightings, but ain't nobody found him yet. I'm just telling you. until he wins a chip. I'll even be benevolent until he gets to the finals. Dude is like a UFO. A lot of pictures, but ain't nobody got one. I'm just saying. Nikki Berry, see if we can't get Doc back. I'd like to have him back if at all possible. Let me give you a quick sports update. Oh, there he is. I got him back. Okay. All right, let me get him back on. Hey, Rick, man, what normally happens whenever I start talking about Brad Stevens, something goes wrong. I got to leave him alone.
Yeah, we got to leave Brad alone.
And have you ever seen a coach out there that was a whole lot of hype, but then when it came time to production, it's like light, hype on the words, man, light on the production.
Man, and he's real though. He talks what he feels. That's one thing I like about Brad Stevens. And he's one of them coaches, he'll get into it with some of his players if he need to. You know what I'm saying? So he's a tough coach, but they gotta get over that hump.
Ricky, Doc. Now, why you scared of Brad, Doc? Why you scared of Brad?
Man, I'm not scared of Brad. I want him to get over that hump. I want him to, but
it ain't like Brad is Kwame Brown. It ain't like he Kwame putting fear in people's heart.
No, he's not. But you know what I'm saying, Brad. Brad's a good guy. I give it to him, and I want him to get over that hump. But I don't think this year's the year. I think he'll get there. I see it in a couple years.
What's crazy is I read an article yesterday where they said they are not talking about moving away from Brad, even if he doesn't make it this year. They're literally talking about moving away from Danny Ainge.
Man, that's crazy though. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't think they should get rid of Brad Stevens either. I think Brad Stevens should be there for a while. I think what he's doing over there with them guys is definitely not going unnoticed. But the East, man, is it's getting back to how the East used to be.
Hold on, let me check my notes. Boston is not the number 1 seed, not the number 2 seed. Hold on, not the number 3 seed. Still reading my notes. Not the number 4 seed, not the number 5 seed. Not the number 6 seed, but they're the 7th seed and had to play into the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's Brad.
Playing game. They got to be playing.
Dude, that's good. That's people.
That's not good, but you got to think of how the year was, man. It's probably tough on them guys out there in Boston, man. It was probably, as you've seen, a lot of teams barely squeaking it in, and you like, dang, they had to play in. So
once the
playoffs hit, it's gonna be a different ball game.
They're behind the Knicks, the Atlanta Hawks, and the Miami Heat.
Okay, now the Heat, the Heat is something serious now. The Heat, I can't knock the Heat. I can't knock the Heat at all. But man, just for them NBA teams in general, I feel like it was a hard year for them to just kind of get a rhythm going. With the COVID protocol and stuff going, they got it together towards the end. But I definitely think when the playoffs come, we definitely the best team is gonna be standing. No matter the seed, no matter the standings, I think the best 2 teams gonna be standing at the end, which is Brooklyn and the Lakers.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You put sugar on your grits, don't you? That's right. I forgot you put sugar on your grits. All right, so let me give you my finals. You ready?
Yeah.
LA Lakers, because of what I said before about LeBron. But the team that I finally feel like has figured it out, the Milwaukee Bucks, dog. I feel like Milwaukee finally has enough playmakers and shooting with Giannis, so they don't have to only Giannis. I think they get over the hump and make it to the NBA Finals this year. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but they gotta guard Brooklyn. They're gonna have to guard. I like what Milwaukee does offensively for sure. But when you look at Brooklyn and not just what they have on the perimeter, I think guys that guys don't talk about like Jeff Green and even Jared Allen, I think they gotta guard them guys if they want to win. They can't be, you can't get caught up on Harden or Kyrie. You know, I look at them little guys, them X factors is what I call them. So I think they're gonna have to Bucks gonna have to buckle down if they wanna get past Brooklyn.
All right. Ricky Dockman us here on the show. UT Rio Grande Valley. I guess y'all forgot about playoff Harden. Y'all forgot about playoff Harden.
Maybe that was just a Houston thing. I hope.
Wait a minute. We're going to skip over these 11 years in Houston and go back to his days at Oklahoma City and fast forward to his days in Brooklyn and say, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to be just fine.
Man, people hate him, but I loved him when he was in Houston. You know, I loved him when he was in Houston. So I'm still a Harden fan. I'm still a Harden fan, you know.
Man, and that's why I give Russell Westbrook some love, more love than most people get it. He had to play with 3 of the moodiest guys in the league. I'm not talking about mental health. I'm not talking about that. But he had to play with Kevin Durant, who was moody. He had to play with James Harden, who was moody. He had to play with Paul George, who's moody. I mean, come on. Ain't nobody Bradley Beal letting him be great.
Man, he's played with so many moody guys. Shoot, Kendrick Perkins.
Bruh, we ought to be saluting this dude, man. We ought to be kneeling at his feet. This dude has taken one for the team, literally. Let's see. Is it Ebony Nelson? Ebony Nelson said, "Hey, Doc. Doc, can you hear us?"
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Ebony Nelson shouted out to you. She said, "Hey, Doc."
Hey, twin.
Uh-oh. Is that your twin sister?
Yep, that's my twin.
Look, I noticed your voice change. You act like you really care about your twin sister, Doc.
Man, I try. You know, when she let me, you know, she thinks she grown.
Listen, I know what that's like. My sister's a year older than me, but it's like I'm the big brother. So which one of y'all came out first? Who's the oldest?
She's older than me by a minute, and, you know, she definitely acts like it. So.
Listen, she said, boy, bye. Doc, do me a favor, man. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you with all the great stuff you're doing, because we want to keep up with you, man. You got 2 more years left at UT Rio Grande Valley. You're going to go back and get your master's. And then what? What kind of business and stuff are we talking about doing after that?
Definitely, I want to keep my brand going. I definitely want to come give back, help out with the AAU team that I played for growing up, Houston Elite. I'm already doing some stuff with them now, you know, helping out, training kids and helping out, coaching some teams when I'm back in town. So that's definitely going to be a big part of, you know, what I do, giving back to the community, you know, not forgetting where I come from, hopefully coming back, do some camps and stuff like that, throwing some events, tournaments and stuff like that. So that's something I want to get into once I finish school. Yeah, listen, man, when you do that, you got to keep me connected so we can come out there and broadcast live and cover it and everything like that. Man, we want to support it. Now, what about personally, man? So if a NBA team wants to bring you in, you interested? If a team overseas wants to bring you in? Oh, definitely. I'm definitely gonna pursue my professional career athletically. Definitely after I finish school, but you know, definitely just having that business mind, because I feel like guys are doing it now. They're playing and they're running businesses. So you know, I kind of want to do it all at the same time. You know, I don't want to wait. I got you. Let me ask you one more thing, and then we'll let you go. Kyrie Irving was talking about at one point about, you know, not just being in the league, but owning a league and owning teams. What are your thoughts about that? Man, that's crazy. I actually was like thinking, like, because I've seen some guys go buy some overseas teams, you know, just in these small little countries. And, you know, I was thinking like, man, maybe I can go to one of these countries and just buy professional team that's kind of watered down, you know, no fans, and kind of just, you know, build it up and stuff like that in a small country or something like that. So, you know, I think it's good, you know, and that is definitely something I'll be interested in, you know, and me being out in the Valley, you know, I'm starting to, you know, see the soccer stuff like that, get around soccer and stuff like that, and how people are buying soccer teams, you know, across the world. So, you know, I definitely think it's a great investment.
In fact, James Harden still owns the Houston Dash, the women's professional soccer team here. Yeah. So, hey, do me a favor. Don't let that dream die, okay?
Most definitely won't.
Okay. All right. Hey, Doc, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you social media-wise, man.
Oh, man, Ricky Doc Nelson on Twitter and Instagram. That's what you can find me on the most. Ricky Doc Nelson, RICKYDOC, NELSON, Instagram and Twitter.
Brother, do me a favor. Keep up the good work, man. You are truly a king, man, and you are making a difference in a lot of lives, from teammates to people on your campus to people who've heard you here today, man. Do me a favor. Keep being you. Don't change that for nobody.
Oh, yes, sir. Most definitely. I want to thank you. Thank you for this platform. I've been watching the show for a couple months now. I definitely enjoy what you're doing. I definitely love it. So I want to appreciate you for having me on this show. I definitely enjoyed it.
I appreciate that coming from you, man. Like I said, when you start doing it, let me know so we can be a part of supporting you. And I mean that sincerely.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Ricky Doc Nelson, y'all be sure and follow him, love on him, and keep this young brother surrounded. And, hey, man, your big sister said, boy, bye. We'll talk to you next time.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, then. All right, y'all. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into some more. Plus, I got another special guest that's going to be joining us here on the show today. So y'all stay right there. A lot of fun with Ricky Doc Nelson on the lunch break.
KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Hey, what's going on? This is Lecrae, and right now you're listening to The Lunch Break.
When Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick went to the Capitol, he took an old friend, Jim Crow. Now old Jim Crow sits on Patrick's shoulder, calling the shots for Patrick and Governor Greg Abbott and Speaker Dade Phelan. They are pushing racist Jim Crow-style voting laws that steal our rights, prop up white supremacists, and tear down our democracy. They want to turn the clock back, way back to a century ago when Jim Crow and white supremacists controlled our lives, ruined our lives, took our lives. They say it's reform and ballot security, but we know better. It's discrimination and racist voter suppression. We won't go back. We won't let Dan Patrick and the racists he walks with steal our votes and destroy our country. Call 512-463-0001. Tell Dan Patrick to get Jim Crow off his shoulder and end his racist attacks on Texas. Paid for by the Texas Justice and Education Fund.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday, and I tell you what, man, I really enjoyed spending time with that young man right there, Ricky Doc Nelson. And I'm telling you, I've got his link in the ticker right there going across the screen. If you're listening to us on or watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on YouTube, we got the link to kind of follow him and see what he's got going on down there at UT Rio Grande Valley. I'm going to find out from his mother how we can find out about the clothing line and get that link up so that we can support that young man, because I'm really proud of him. I love when you see young people doing it in the classroom. You see them doing it in their respective fields, whether it be athletics or whether it be, extracurriculars. And then you see them doing it off the campus and off the court and off the field. And I just think that's absolutely amazing. And I mean it, man. You know me, I'm going to always give love to young people doing it like that. So, again, a lot of blessing on the Nelson family, the Berry family, And you all are amazing people. I'm grateful for my connection with Nikki and with the entire family and how they make themselves available. Great interview, and not from my perspective, but I mean from hearing from that young man and what he's doing. He did it. Everything but that Brad Stevens was locked in. Everything but that Brad Stevens stuff was laser. He made it sound like Brad is throwing folk out the club. He made it sound like Brad Stevens put fear in people's heart. What? Man, please. I wish Brad would say something to me. I'd be like, boy, bye. Win the East. Holla at me after you get to the finals in the East. Do that for me. Do that with Willie and Valencia. In fact, Valencia said, great conversation, wishing Ricky the best. And Uncle AJ, you should have more pro-sugar people on your show. I wish there was a straight-face look on Facebook where you could just stare at them like, yeah, because that's just crazy. I still haven't heard from the sugar people. What y'all doing with your shrimp and grits? What y'all doing with that? I can't hear nobody. Kennick, outstanding interview. Really enjoyed it. All right, well, guess what? If you like that, get ready for this. Because this young lady is cooking it up on a whole nother level. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't even get all the way down her resume. I'm trying to tell you, her resume reads like an encyclopedia.
Stop it.
But we got new intro questions now. From now on, before I have a guest on my show, I got to know some things. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
What you put on your grits?
What I put on butter? It depends. Okay, it depends because I do like sugar too, but it just depends on the mood I'm in. So lately I've been in just butter. I haven't been on the sugar, trying to lay off the sugar a little bit.
On everything I love. On everything I love. She was doing so good. She was doing so. She like your teenager trying to learn how to drive. She was doing good. She got out the driveway.
And I messed up.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Why would you put sugar on grits?
I like some variety. I'm a foodie. I love food. Okay, I would try anything, but I do like sugar on my grits as well. I like it both ways. I'm sorry.
All right. So if that's the question, then here's number 2. Question number 2.
Goodness. Okay, I'm ready.
Wings, chicken wings.
Uh-huh.
How you eat those?
What do you mean how I eat them?
Yeah, and that's exactly why I asked it. How does it get off your plate into your mouth? How do you eat them?
What do you mean? I eat it like a normal person. What do I eat them with?
No.
Am I the one that still have pieces of chicken on the bone?
No. I just want to know, how does it get off your plate into your mouth?
With my hand.
Okay. Now you can be on the show. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk to Shacolby Shentell on the lunch break.
We'll talk with your boy T.D. Blackshear every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK.
Oh, that is so funny.
See you there. We'll talk about it when we come back.
Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
In Jesus Christ, we are victors and not victims. We are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. We depend on God alone and not the world systems. UCA is a nonprofit faith-based organization that is committed to restoring, promoting, and protecting America's traditional values of God, family, and country in urban areas. We desire to empower, educate, shape, and mold the minds of future generations. Join our mission at www.urbconusa.org. All donations are tax deductible. This is Sean Scott, co-founder of Urban Conservatives of America. God bless.
Now, back to the lunch break.
Hey, get it? I saw you. You got some moves there, I see.
You can't show everybody everything because then they'll know too much. So, you know,
okay. I
if you can south side, then you can south side. If you can't, they don't know what that is. I almost got up out my seat and broke it down. Listen. We got Shacolby Shentell joining us on the show. She is a filmmaker. She is a writer, a producer, a playwright. She's a poet. She's a singer, actress, TV and radio personality. I could go on, and I wouldn't be wrong though. And she messes up her grits every now and then.
Every now and then.
She knows how to eat her wings.
I do know how to eat the wings. But you said, there was another way people are eating their wings. And so I'm like, how else are people eating their wings?
So I've told this story before. The lunch breakers know it well. I was in a restaurant at a business meeting. I was taking care of some business. And there was a young man that announced that he was on a first date with a young lady. And I kept, glancing over, and they ordered wings. I'm like, this is a good test, Doc. Good test, because now you can see her laid back, kicking it and doing right. This young lady got a fork and a knife and started cutting her wings. And I was looking over her shoulder saying, run, bruh, wrong one. She ain't the one, Doc. Run. I'll pay the bill. Go.
She had to be putting on. She had to be trying to be cute for that date. You eating what, wings with a fork and knife?
I'm just telling you. Listen.
She was trying to be cute.
I don't know who the one for me is, but we got to go do two things. We got to eat grits, and we got to eat some wings.
And they fail that test. Is you can't move on with it.
It's a wrap. It's
Come
a wrap.
Come on, AJ.
No.
You gotta do better.
No, I'm just telling you, it's a wrap. You put sugar on your grits, I'm questioning your judge-making skills. Your judgment is just in question.
Have you tried it though?
I ain't gonna try it.
See, you can't knock it till you try it. You should at least try it.
That's like drinking bath water. It's like you
No, it's not. No, it's not. That is totally different. You eat sugar. You consume sugar and grits. It's edible. So you can try it.
Putting sugar on grits is like doing something crazy like drinking bath water. If you put sugar on grits, you probably have drunk bath water. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, we're going to agree to disagree, AJ. Okay? I'm going to get you some sugar grits. I
ain't eating them. I'm wasting money. And if you put your wings with a fork and a knife, who knows what you'll do. All bets are off.
Okay, that's a bit much.
I need to
get That's a bit much. I think she was just trying to be cute, though.
I don't know. I don't know if she got a second date, but with me, it would have been a wrap.
He just needed to tell her, listen here, baby, you can enjoy your wings the way you're really supposed to eat them. Don't worry about that knife and that fork.
Hey, look, call me what you want to call me. Call me controlling, call me whatever. But you eat your wings with a fork and a knife around me. It's a wrap.
Yeah. So, all right, ladies, y'all hear that? Don't eat y'all wings around AJ with a fork and a knife, okay?
I don't get no attention no way. But anyway, Shacolby, what are you working on? You got big stuff happening right now.
Yes, right now I would say the biggest thing right now is the cinematic fair. My second film of the year, which is called Next Lifetime, will be premiering at the Regal Edwards Theater on July the 17th. And I'm collaborating with some amazing Houston filmmakers, Malcolm Carter, Jamal Williams, as well as Q Shot You, one of the dopest cinematographers here in Houston. So we have come together to create this amazing event where we are wanting Houston to come out and support, not only support, but we have some amazing movies for y'all to view. So I am so excited about this. This is a big event, and we are just so thrilled about it.
So now tell people what it is. So it's not one movie; it's a collection of.
It's a collection. It's actually 3 short films. You get to watch 3 short films. So, like I say, it's me, myself, and my film called Next Lifetime. Jamal Williams, which is his first film. He is an amazing writer. He's the VP of Alpha View magazine here. So this is his first film. It's called Redness Relief. And then Malcolm Carter, which he's not new to this. He's been doing films. So his show is called The Season. Just talk about drama, emotional roller coaster, romance, little loving. You know, I'm a sucker for romance, you know, and I'm giving it to y'all all the way, okay? Look, I see us out here in Houston, you know, we don't want to really touch on the romance or go there. I'm going there. So y'all come out and see it. We are giving y'all a whole red carpet experience where y'all can come and meet the phenomenal actors. They put hard work, their emotions. They probably was annoyed and tired with me. Probably say, we are through with you, Chicago. You made us do so much, but they were amazing. When I say amazing, I just can't wait for people to see the work because it is amazing. It's amazing.
Shacolby Shentell joining us here on the lunch break. Got a great event coming up in July, and I'm thinking about that last film you're talking about. All that packed into a short film. What's the length of these films?
What's the what?
What's the length? How long are they?
So the film, each film's range from 10 to 15 minutes, each film. So it's like, you know, you go to the movies, you sit about an hour and a half. So you'll probably be sitting there about an hour and you get to see 3 different film. And for mine, mine and Malcolm's is kind of a teaser for the full features. The season is actually going to be a series that it's in the works. So you getting a feel of the pilot episode of that one. And then Next Lifetime, which is you get in 15 minutes of that, which is going to be a full feature. And so you're right to compact everything that's going to be happening in that short amount of time, which of course, you want to draw people in. You want people to say, I want more. And with filmmaking now, especially in Houston, where we're trying to build the film industry here, but trying to get the support, you know, people get to see the glam and the excitement and you know, the work, but behind it, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. So,
and that's the interesting thing about you. You document some of that via your social media platforms.
Yes.
And I find it fascinating. I find it very fascinating. Some of the things that you do on the set and the way you have to do retakes and the way you're explaining what you want to see. Even when it looks like the person did a great job, you're like, nah, give me, you gotta, you know, and you're like, yeah, you're in there.
Yes. It's a lot of work. Like I say, we if you go to the Cinematica page, we are doing behind the scenes interviews with the cast, so you can kind of get more insight from just actually seeing the product. Because you're right, we went 24 hours. The crew and cast, we were there 24 hours, go home for an hour to come back and go another 17 hours. So people don't know that's happening. It's you doing the scene over and over and over, and these actors have to cry and fight, and it's a lot. It's a lot on you, and we love it, but it's work. It's hard work. So we want people to see the product, but to respect us as artists, because we're giving you what we love, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Shacolby Shentell joining us here on the lunch break, Freestyle Friday on the legendary KYOK AM 1140, 92.3 FM, and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Going back to that 1 second, it could take, you know, hours to film one, you know, 5-minute segment.
Yes.
But you don't put hours in that thing. I mean, how often does that happen? Is that a product of somebody not studying, not getting their lines right, not getting the emotions right? What are some of the things that cause that much work to go in for that short amount of time?
It definitely can, someone not being prepared or not knowing their lines can definitely play a factor. In our case, that wasn't a factor. Wanting to get the best product possible. So when you are filming, there's different views, especially when you don't have access to, Hollywood, where they have probably 20 cameras, 200 people on set. So, when we're independent, we put a lot of titles in. We don't have that much. So we work with what we have. So giving the best quality, because the quality is Hollywood quality, because we want to get the different views, the different shots, maybe for this way, for that way, it's time consuming. It's time consuming because you want to have so you have everything that you need. So when we go into post and editing, you have a lot to choose from, and you're happy with your product versus speeding through, getting 1 or 2 shots, and then at the end you're not happy with what you get. So it's very time. The cast was prepared on all 3 movies, lines wise. They were dedicated, they were committed to the rehearsals. So I definitely want to throw that out there because they were amazing. Like I said, it's just still the other work that you have to put into it. So the sound, cameras, it's so much that goes into doing a movie.
Yeah. We got Shacolby Shentell joining us. She's a filmmaker. She's a playwright. She's an actress. She is a poet. She is a singer. In fact, she just dropped some stuff recently.
I did.
And that's what shocked me. I got the notification, and I'm clicking on it, ready to see the next movie, and you singing, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh my God. I don't know. This girl, sometimes I'd be like, Lord, help me. But no, I did drop a single on my birthday called Butterfly. It was just a gift. Like I said, music is probably one of my first loves, and I don't get an opportunity to really go full in with it because of everything else I'm doing. So every now and then I get to, get in the studio, drop something, but I am working on hopefully getting my EP out by the end of the year. So, like I said, I do have a love for the music. It goes a part in the filming because I get to produce music for the films. I get to produce what I'm feeling at that time for the scene. So it just goes all along with it.
Bottom line, creativity, right?
Yes, sir. Creativity.
Yeah. You got to give us a little bit of Butterfly. I'm not going to play it. You got to just give us right off the rip. Just give me a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in transition, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do in this life. Trying to figure my walk, trying to get it right. Signs all around telling me to just breathe. There you go. Download it on all platforms. Butterfly by the one and only Shacolby Shentell.
Let me tell you, I'm serious. When I heard it, I was like, what in the world? And then when I started listening, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my God. Yeah, I need that on constant rotation as I'm driving down the street.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. But yeah, that was a gift from my birthday to y'all. A gift.
And we like that. We appreciate you. Happy belated birthday, because that was just a little while back.
Yes.
Shacolby, how do you decide as a producer what music goes with what scenes? Because when something's about to happen, you got that suspense music. Somebody trying to be emotional, you got this love music. When somebody's no good, you got this. How do you decide what music to go with what
Let me tell you, this whole process, because some people as creators, they'll write a project and hand it off to a director, hand it off, and they're done with it. And I'm like, how do they do that? Because when I write something, I'm attached to it from every aspect. And so you ask the question of how do I pick the music, because I am attached to this from every point, from scene 1 all the way to the end. I already have the whole layout in my head on how it's supposed to go. So the music just naturally comes along with it. Even me as a writer, when I write music, I have the lyrics and the music is in my head. And I don't know how to create the lyrics, so I have to go to somebody. So it's like to explain what's in my head. This is how it is in my head, and I need for you to create it for me to go to the. But it helped, it haven't been hard for people because I already create the melody. I already give them the melody, so it makes it easier. So with the film, it's kind of the same way. If it's like you say, it's intense, something intense is happening. So, I'm able to create the melody of how I need it to be, or give an example from something I've seen. And then, of course, creating the music, the lyrics behind it comes easy because of what's happening. So, of course, the music is created by so y'all get to see that too, because I will have original music in the film as well. So
okay. We got Shacolby Shentell joining us here on the show. One thing with COVID and the lockdown, many of us have watched tons of Amazon Prime videos and Netflix and Hulu and all that. I noticed that a lot of the videos on Prime are independent filmmakers. Is that your hope to get it on Amazon Prime or Hulu or Netflix or something like that?
Definitely. Those are some amazing platforms. Amazon Prime, it's the knowledge and finding how do I get my stuff on this. And I have that knowledge, but it's different avenues you take. So right now with the films, we're wanting to, of course, put the content out there for our viewers, because that's one way in gaining your fan base. But as well as getting it out there in front of people who can get it on those bigger platforms, such as Netflix, such as HBO. And so film festivals are big, major film festivals are big, and it gives a platform and able to do that. So that's kind of where we're going once we show it to you guys, and then we will be submitting it to the film festivals, because that's a route where someone can see it and say, okay, well, we want you on our HBO, we want you on All Black, we want you on Netflix. So that's definitely the route that I'm looking to go.
Yeah, I got you. And as independent filmmakers, how hard is that? I mean, let us know what goes on behind the curtain when you're trying to shop your film and get it out there.
It's extremely hard. For one, trying to gain the knowledge. Some people are not forthcoming in their knowledge and what they know, and how you getting your stuff on Amazon Prime is actually not even hard. But some people don't have that knowledge to do that. They don't know that you can actually submit to get your stuff on Amazon Prime, like very simply. So like I said, there are people that just won't give you that information, or you have to go in and get that information yourself. But it's hard as independents, because for one, you have to come out of pocket, to get these things done. You have to find that those people to support you. I'm just grateful for my team. Yeah. Look, I ain't even gonna get emotional. I'm grateful, because before where I'm at today, when I said, okay, God, this is what I want to do and how I'm going to do it, I don't have this big budget to go rent or pay for this, because it's extremely expensive to do. And so to come across people who have the same passion and have like minds, and know that it's going to take a team. It's going to take a team of creatives. And it's going to take the cinematographers, the directors to come together to create something great, because you can't do it by yourself. And that's one of the biggest things about the cinematic affair is collaboration, Houston coming together and creating something great. Because that's how they're doing it in Hollywood. That's how they're doing it in ATL. You look at these movies, and it's probably about 6 production companies on there, because they're doing it together. It's not one person doing it. And so, I know people have the mindset, so, well, I want to be the first to get to the top, but, if we come together, we all can push each other and get to the top. So it's not easy. It's not easy as going pick up a camera and filming. It's a lot more that goes into the whole process.
Shacolby Shentell breaking it down for us here on the lunch break. Shacolby, got a quick break, and when we come back, got a couple more questions for you on that. And then I got a personal question for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get personal with you in a minute.
Oh, okay.
You ready? She's like, no.
I think I'm ready.
All right, so we'll be right back with Shacolby Shentell right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all new 92.3 FM is Freestyle Friday.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
Freestyle Friday, you're going to have to bust a rap too, AJ.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention
You
to
finna
this
tell them that
message.
you about to be
You
on
can
this
to a
play.
benefit of over $300,000. The U.S.
I'm gonna tell
government
you
has
why I
set up
can't
a
do that
fund
when
to
we come
pay
back. When we
families
come back, I'm
relief
gonna tell you
if
why I
they've
can't do
lost
it.
a loved one due to
Okay.
COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number: 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
In Jesus Christ, we are victors and not victims. We are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. We depend on God alone and not the world systems. UCA is a nonprofit faith-based organization that is committed to restoring, promoting, and protecting America's traditional values of God, family, and country in urban areas. We desire to empower, educate, shape, and mold the minds of
Oh my
future
goodness,
generations.
somebody say butter, a little cheese, and some potato juice.
All
Oh
donations.
my God.
Scott, co-founder of Urban Conservatives of America. God
That's
bless.
horrible.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you on the lunch break.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. It's our Freestyle Friday. We got a phenomenal, multi-talented, multifaceted queen, Shacolby Shentell, joining us here on the show. And Shacolby, what I wanted to ask you, not the personal question yet, but so we're talking about, the different facets of the movies and what have you. When you do your end, we see all the names of, we want to give thanks to this person, that person, da 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 da. And sometimes you have major corporations, and sometimes you just have individual names. Are those the sponsors? Are those the people on the team that you're talking about that help make what you've produced, help make it come to life?
Definitely. The names that you see are definitely the people that have anything to do, rather moving the hair out your face, fanning you, why? Because this is a thing, fanning you while right before the scene. Definitely your sponsors, people that invested in the project, and that it don't even have to be financially. There's people that invested their restaurant for us to come sit in and do a scene. People that invested, different things like that that we need. So anybody that played any part, of course, that's the names that you see because they are a great part of helping us create what we've created.
Absolutely. And then do you have to get some type of permit to be able to film where you are? Because like I see names of the let's say the Houston filmmaking I see thanks to them and different other cities. Do you have to get a permit from those different areas to be able to film?
It just depends. When you are doing in most indie films, we don't have to go through permits because, like I say, if we're getting the permission from these smaller restaurants, we don't have to go through those measures. But once you get into needing to shut down parks, especially public type of places, then of course you have to get the permits and everything like that. So it just depends.
Yeah. If you're in a private business, the okay from the owner is enough. But if you're like shutting down 610, then the city will
Exactly. City not gonna have that.
Look, I'll know you come up with the right dollar amount. I'm sure.
Yes. Definitely. You give the right dollar amount, then you can do anything you want to do.
You know what I've done? I have not been okay to you because I still got my man's thing up and not yours. Hold on, let me get this real quick. Boom. Okay, so there. Now, looking at the ticker. Looking at the ticker with everything that you've got on your bio, I should say, where you are a filmmaker, director, playwright, poet, singer, TV and radio show host, and more. which one of those things is easiest for you to do, and which one of those things is hardest for you to do?
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a really good question. I don't even know. The easiest thing for me to do. Can I cheat the question?
No, there's no cheating on the lunch break. No.
Oh God, I can't cheat the question. Oh man. The easiest thing for me to do, I have write on my bio. The easiest thing for me to do is write. Look, that's the way I'm cheating the question, because everything, all of those consists of writing. I would say, that's the creator. It's easy for me to create. It's extremely easy for me to create. It's nonstop. It happens in my sleep. So it's easy for me to create. But out of all those things, I would say the hardest thing is stepping in the shoes, because it's easy for me to create and put somebody else in those positions. It's hardest for me to be in a position. People don't believe that. I'll be like, oh, I'm shy. So if I'm getting on the stage and doing poetry, if I'm getting on the stage and doing music, it takes a lot to calm myself. I have stage fright, and it happens. It still happens, and people don't believe it, but it really does. And so it's still hard to this day for me to do those things. It's very easy for me to direct somebody else to do it, but for me to do it, I'm my biggest critic on myself, and it's the hardest thing for me to do.
I love it. I respect that answer, because people ask me, because I'm in front of the public a lot. It's like, man, oh, you'll be fine. You don't understand. I'm really nervous. I'm more anxious now for some reason, and they don't understand that. And part of it is a healthy nervousness. Like if I don't get nervous, I'm probably gonna bomb because I haven't prepared properly. But that nervous reminds me to stay on point, to do what I'm supposed to do, and it comes out pretty good.
I totally agree with that. I agree.
Let me stay personal for a second. Give us a little bit of poetry.
Oh. I gave you too much leeway, a direct pat to my heart. No hills, no mountains, no struggle or true mess up on my part, but I was pure, authentic, expected you to be the same. I was open, maybe a bit fragile, so I guess I'll take part blame. Pardon me for being naive to believe in you to be real. Like, and I'm getting nervous. Get in my head. So like I said, the poetry stage is probably my most nervous stage, but I love it. I love challenging myself. So
yeah, you won't believe that this old dude right here would go down to poetry and politics over at TSU, and I would slam a little bit. I would slam a little bit. And let me just tell you, I got nothing but respect for you just pulling that up off the top. Because folks don't understand. It ain't that easy. It ain't that easy.
No, it's not. It's not. It makes me respect artists so much more in all forms, because it's not easy. So it's amazing. It's an amazing gift. So
yeah. If I said I'm gonna pay you $10 million, now let's quit playing with these M's. If I'm gonna pay you $10 billion.
Okay, pay me
to be a filmmaker, but you can't do any of the other things in your bio. All you can do is that.
Wow.
Would you take it?
Yes, I would take it.
All right, I'm gonna pay you $10 billion to sing, but you can't write films, you can't act, you can't do poetry. $10 billion.
I would definitely take it. I definitely would take it. I definitely would take it. Music, like I said, music is definitely my first love. And so in each one, it's still, if you I pull like a poem. That's how it's been. Actually, Next Lifetime was a song. Was a song that turned into a movie. I have poetry that's turned to a movie. I have everything has moved from one realm to actually the next play, which will be next year, is a poem, a song, and a play. So they all go hand in hand with each other. That's just kind of how I move with everything I'm doing. At some form, it was probably a song, it was a poem, it's a film. It was one of them, or both, or all three.
I got you. Shacolby Shentell, in our closing moments here on the lunch break. Who's the biggest name to ever catch wind of some of your stuff? Biggest name to ever catch wind of either your songs, your poetry, your filmmaking, acting?
Oh, goodness gracious. Biggest name. I'm horrible with names. I really am. And I would say this.
So like,
you don't know who that is?
What's his name? Oh, such and such. And you know that one right there.
I promise you. I'll be like, please forgive me, because if I see you, people come up to me and talk, and I'll be like, I'm horrible. I really am. I'm horrible with names. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I kind of like one of shout out to Miss Cellulo. She always say I'm very humble. I don't spit out what I do or this or that, because I just stay for the love of what I do. And I love my supporters and people that are there for me. But it starts with me loving what my gifts and what I do, and me doing this because I love it, and then being a blessing to anybody else. That's just a plus for me. So of course, when it catch wind, I met some amazing people, but when it surpasses and I get to go worldwide, I'll be grateful and thankful for it. I'm definitely where I'm at now. I'm excited and I'm happy about that. But I'm ready for the big names. I'm ready. Tyler.
One thing I'll say about you is what you see is what you get. This is not just an interview personality that she's got going on. I've seen her in a couple of different settings. I'm not stalking you, but I see you, the stuff you interact with the folks, and this is just who you are. And that, I think that's the secret sauce. I think that's what makes you so effective in all the different things you do. You are who you are in every single one of them. And that's a pleasure to see these days.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And before he cut me off, because y'all know AJ came to one of the auditions. Look, he's trying to cut me off, but I'm gonna let y'all know. And he was amazing, and he will be starring in my play, Living It Up with Ida Vaughn's, the AJ Jones. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that info and come out and support him making his debut on stage. Whoop, whoop. Don't do that. Do not do that. He was amazing at audition. I'm like, okay, you're a natural. And I love people coming in and doing something they want to try, that they've had passion for. And I'm all for giving people the opportunities, because somebody gave me an opportunity. So I'm so excited for us to cut up on stage together. Because we cutting up, y'all.
Cutting up is what it will be. Cutting up is what it will be. And I appreciate how you even handled me with that, because I had a panic attack. It's like, I'm not ready. I don't have my headshot. I don't have this. I don't have that. And I sent her this long message, like, why I wasn't coming. And I could tell she looked at it and probably put it down for a second. Then she looked at it again. And then she gave me grace. She said, it's fine, but I think you should come anyway.
Yes.
And just hearing it, and this is on a text message. I can hear your voice. I can feel the peace. And I said, you know what? Let me get up from here and let me go do this. And I made stops. I said, okay, I need this. Where should I go? And somebody said, go here, and put it all together. And there it was. So
you were amazing. You're amazing. I'm excited to work with you.
Made it easy to do. It made it easy to do. So
thank you.
Again, when it's time, we'll put the word out about it.
That's right.
One last question. 50 Cent moving to Houston. What does that mean for the movie making industry?
When 50 Cent, I know you've seen all the memes and everything. It was just hilarious to me how excited everybody was. But it is exciting because, Houston has the talent. Houston's already been hustling and putting in the work. So you just hope that, you get a big name like that comes down that can give that notoriety, or that we hopefully can connect with, so that more people can see what's happening here in Houston, because Houston is already doing great things. We just got to let the rest of the world know that we're great. We're talented. We're doing it here. So that's I think what the excitement Department was, that maybe we can, he can shed light on what's already happening here in Houston.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shacolby Shentell, tell everybody about the event coming up in July. Tell them about the play coming up so we know how to find you and follow you.
I definitely will. So the event, the Cinematic Affair, will be July the 17th. You will get to experience the red carpet where you can talk with the directors, the casting, and then you get to see 3 movies by Malcolm Carter, Jamal Williams, and yours truly, Shacolby Shentell. And that will be July 17th. You can go to www.thecinematicaffair.com to get updates, more information. Definitely get your tickets. Seats are limited, so I would advise you to get your tickets ASAP. As well as August the 7th, we will be doing Living It Up with Ida, starring AJ Jones. So we're bringing Crazy Ida back to the stage to have some fun, some comedy fun. So I'm excited. We've been shut down and now we're trying to creep on out. So we definitely have some entertainment for you guys. So just stay on my page, Shacolby Shentell Entertainment, where I will give you all the updates on what's happening.
Shacolby, I appreciate you. You are a true queen. You are truly my sister. You are truly my friend. And I honor you and I respect you. So I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, dear. We'll have you back soon, okay?
Of course. Anytime.
All right. You take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. We got to get ready to go. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on with a COVID-19 update, what you need to know. And then as always, it is a blessed, safe weekend for you. We'll talk to you on Monday. Let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Kroger, the largest U.S. supermarket chain, on Wednesday joined other retailers in ending mask requirements for fully vaccinated customers and employees. The chain is requesting the unvaccinated customers and employees continue to wear masks. Employees in Kroger pharmacies and clinics will be required to wear a mask in keeping with CDC guidelines for healthcare settings. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed our amazing guest today. I tell you, Ricky Doc Nelson, UT Rio Grande Valley. Be sure and follow him and support him. Young man is destined for greatness. Already got greatness oozing out of him. And then Shacolby Shentell, great event coming up in July. Great play coming up in August. And I'm telling you, what you saw right there with her, that's what you get every time you see her. Amazing young lady. So as always, not this, definitely this. I love y'all. Talk to y'all Monday. Alabama A&M, Bulldogs, got to give y'all love, SWAC champs. We'll talk to y'all on Monday. Y'all take care.